Hey everybody, Steve here, and welcome to day 6 of my journey into crypto. And this is an interesting one, so let's just get into it really quick. Here's where we were when we left off the other day. So, first of all, success story. My goal was to buy some crypto, and I did. I ended up spending $60 US and bought these three different types of crypto. I bought BNB, which is Binance type crypto. And the main motivation for that was I knew I was going to have transaction fees. And so let's use that to leverage some of the future transaction fees, which in reality is smart, but it's kind of dumb too, because the transaction fees are literally a dime for the level that I'm doing at. So I'm saving, 2.5 cents, but it it's still a good practice. Then I bought a currency called Matic, which is on the Polygon network, and I had some ideas of how I thought I would use that. Turns out, spoiler alert, that I'm wrong, but it doesn't mean I'm wrong to buy it. It just means that my understanding of how to use it was wrong. And I'm okay with that because I knew that's part of the game is to kind of figure this out as I go. And then I bought Dogecoin because it was just something that you could buy a lot of for a small amount of real money. So I ended up buying 90 of those. Is 22 cents per each unit of Dogecoin. So I got that under my belt and completed those transactions. So my next goal was to go and explore NFTs and buy one. And I wanted to learn how to buy on a well-established marketplace. So I looked at OpenSea.io. I know there's lots of other marketplaces, but that's where I wanted to start just because it's big, it's got tons of documentation, and I wanted to start with something easy. And I just wanted to learn the mechanics of buying an NFT. And most of all, I want to figure out what is it that I don't know that I don't know. Another spoiler alert coming up on that one. So here's where I started. I just went to OpenSea.io. I've been looking at it, every now and then just to get an idea how to navigate. And I'll show that at another time. But I knew I wanted to buy something that is of interest to me. I didn't really want to buy something that I could buy for cheap and then maybe sell for something more later, because I just felt like I'm still too much of a novice in this game to kind of play that game. And I wanted my motivations just to be, hey, buy something I like. And I happen to like maps. It doesn't matter what kind of map it is. I can look at just about any type of map for hours, especially the type of aerial view maps where I can get a bird's eye view of a city. And I found this one. This one is actually a map of Paris. And it met my criteria, which was I was looking for something under $20. And this was, the equivalent of $10 roughly. And so I thought that'd be a good first purchase. And so that was where I started to go. Now, the reality is I'm still learning what I don't know that I don't know yet. And in this case, it wasn't as simple as just buying, because obviously I don't have any money. I don't have any funds in my MetaMask wallet, which is the wallet that I would likely pay with on OpenSea.io. So I was thinking I could just easily put some money or transfer some assets from Binance into my MetaMask wallet. And I really didn't think too much of this. I just figured out as I went. And that was my thought process. So I probably should have figured that out before I started looking at NFTs. The other thing is I realized I misunderstood the purpose of the Matic coin. And the reason I was included into that is there's a way you can use the Polygon network to offset some of the fees for using Ethereum. And I thought that using that coin was part of that. And I don't even know enough to explain it. So that's why I bought it in the first place. But anyway, I thought I could just transfer over some assets. And this is where I was wrong. So first of all, I just tried to transfer some my Matic coins over to my wallet. And that's what this picture is here on the right. And what I didn't realize is that with Binance, there's a minimum amount that you have to transfer, which is way more than I have. So that was a big fail. And regardless, I don't think that's the type of coin I need anyway. But it got me looking into maybe I should just buy, some Ethereum. And Ethereum's expensive. It's $4,000 plus, maybe it's around $4,400 for each, Ethereum coin, which, spending $20 on that isn't going to get me much. There's also a minimum transfer amount to move that from your Binance wallet to the MetaMask wallet. So that was also a lot. So then I started getting kind of into a headache of what's the right way to do this. And I realized I just don't know. And there's a lot of stuff that I was struggling through because I probably wasn't doing this the right way. So I started kind of going backwards. Let's just see if we can just buy it direct by paying with a credit card and going through that whole transaction just direct from OpenSea.io. So that's what I did. They have an option, buy with a card, and there were some additional fees. It's almost $4 in fees, which isn't unlike, buying something in real life with a credit card. So that wasn't a big deal to me. And I just wanted to get it done. And I also realized at this point, I'm just getting caught up in trying to accomplish my goal. So I'm starting to deviate again and setting myself up for making a mistake potentially, but I was just trying to, just push through this and get it done. And I thought it would be easy. And then here's what happened next, which is the credit card I put in got declined, and credit card number 2, and it should say credit card number 3. But anyway, I tried 3 cards. And the way this works is there's a payment processor called MoonPay, and very similar setup to setting up payment processing for other stuff. What I found afterwards is getting your credit card declined is not uncommon, especially if you're based out of the United States. And it may be because they're flagged as suspicious. It may be because it's a weekend right now, and then for whatever reason, they're not able to validate this. But I tried multiple times, and I realized if I keep doing this, I'm going to hit a real red flag. So I stopped. So that was another frustration that I hit today. So here's where I'm at. The reality is what I did know is probably a lot. I'm probably doing this out of order. Obviously, I talked about Matic, Polygon. I still don't know the relationships there, and that's okay. And the bottom line is I don't know the best way to add some type of currency or asset to MetaMask. And I realize it's expensive to transfer from Binance to MetaMask. So there has to be a better way. I just don't know what that is yet. So I'm going to look into that. And so what's next? I want to acknowledge that I knew I was going to stumble, make mistakes, hit roadblocks. I don't look at this as making mistakes, but it certainly is a stumble. It's a roadblock for sure. And it just means that I need to spend some time and do some research to figure it out. And I realize terminology and some just basic understanding of the tech is going to be very important. So big lesson for me is I'm comfortable with tech. I'm comfortable with computer software, just a lot of things with technology. I've had a whole career in it. So that doesn't put a big roadblock in front of me. But even at the level of comfort that I am at, I'm realizing there's a lot of stuff here that I need to go through. It's certainly not as easy as signing up for an account on eBay or even Amazon and putting your credit card in and hitting go. This is a little bit different. I think this is the big delta between how we do business now through a platform like Amazon or eBay and doing transactions with cryptocurrency on Web 3.0. So I think for me, getting through that is going to be critical to understand at a deeper level so I can communicate and explain it to my family, because I think there's something there that I'm not quite getting yet. And I think another part of this is getting some clarity on what it means to buy crypto, which is what I use Binance for. So I'm buying an asset, but then using crypto, I think, is quite a bit different. And I think that's where the rabbit hole goes deep and wide. And there's so many different ways to do it. And that's where I'm absolutely a novice. So here I am. And that's going to be my next step, is figure some of this stuff out so I can share it with you. And also give yourself credit if you're doing some of this stuff alongside of me or watching and curious about trying. This is a reminder: do not get frustrated. Do not give up. Progress is success. That's something that somebody very close to me has told me, and it's a great reminder. Even if you're going backwards, it's still success because you're trying. And some basic things that happened today: connecting my MetaMask wallet to the marketplace and getting comfortable with how that works, understanding my public address for my wallet. That started to get really, I won't say easy, just got comfortable with me. I knew what the instructions were. I knew everything that was being asked, and it didn't seem like I had to learn something new. So every time you start to understand some of the terminology and get comfortable with it, that's a huge win. So reminder, just keep pushing away. And that's going to be my goal. So I will see what I can find out in the next day. Then we'll come back. All right. Thanks for joining me on this. And if you've got your own challenges that you're hitting your own roadblocks or hitting your head against the wall, just getting frustrated, please leave a comment. And that'll help me inform me where to go look next as I'm getting into all this stuff, because I'm sure I'm not the only one. All right. That's all for today. Take care. See you soon.